Hey guys, this is Adam with Whisker Fisherman TV. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple stink bait that it's a lot cleaner than some of the other stuff you're going to find, and I like to make it in what I call a small batch. It's pretty rare that I use this stuff as a go-to bait, but I do like to use it along with my cut bait, especially right now in the springtime. Is when the fish tend to be hitting on a lot of smellier stuff, the stuff that died during the winter, and right now is really the best time to use it. So the first thing you're going to need is some blood. Now this is just a little bit of liver blood. It's not very much in there. You don't need a whole lot. You don't want a whole lot, because you want the consistency to actually stay on your hook. So like I say, it's just a little bit of blood. That last time I bought some livers, I put a little bit in a jar, and I always do that because I do use this stuff. Like I say, I try not to use it as a go-to bait, but sometimes you just don't have your cut bait or you don't have your fresh live bait. Next thing you're going to want is some garlic powder. And this acts as an attractant. You'll find this in a lot of catfish bait recipes for a reason. They do like it. I'm not totally sure if they're just interested in the smell or if they actually enjoy the flavor, but this is a go-to attractant, really. Next, this is some Old English spread. Honestly, I think probably any kind of cheese would work. I like this stuff because it's already just about the right consistency, and it stays on the hook fairly well. It's pretty cheap too. You know, I think these two items probably cost less than $10 together, and they have lasted me well over a year. Next, I like to have just a little bit of breadcrumbs. I mean, very little. That's probably too much. That just helps with the consistency, and it'll soak up some of the blood and some of the oils. And I think that helps kind of leave a scent trail a little better. And then just a tiny bit of flour. That's basically doing the same thing as the breadcrumbs. You don't actually need these two. I just started using them, but they seem to help just keep it on the hook a little better. Okay, so step one, we got our blood. This is real easy, guys. Okay. I always like to add a little bit of garlic powder. Not a whole lot, guys. Don't go crazy. Whew, that is strong. Take yourself a good sized glob of cheese. This is going to be the main body of your bait. This stuff's good too. It doesn't need refrigerated, guys. Human consumption might be a little different, but for our purposes, I keep it in a bag with my sort of leaders and stuff like that, along with the garlic powder. Go ahead and get that mixed in there. You can see that blood's actually going to start breaking down the cheese almost immediately. Okay. Add a little bit more garlic powder. Doesn't just help with the scent, but it does help to dry up some of the blood too. I throw in a little bit of flour. Again, guys, that's just to help with the consistency. You don't need a whole lot. I don't think they're attracted to this at all. Breadcrumbs, same thing. I think that just helps it when it dissolves. It carries the scent, I think, a little farther. Get that mixed up. Yeah, you can make this in any quantity you want, guys, but to be honest, I usually put this on one rod for about half an hour and just kind of plop it in just like I would livers. And if something is in there that's interested, he'll hit it. If not, you're probably better off with your cut bait, your live bait, your worms, some of the more proven baits. This is probably closer to something like hot dogs and Jello. They will hit it, but it's not as consistent. Okay. Now this is going to be a little loose. It's going to be a lot more like a dip bait right now. All that you're trying to do is pat it down so you can get as much cheese as possible in there. That's really going to help with the consistency. Help it stay on your hook. And I always add just a little bit more garlic powder. If I can. Looks like I might have overflowed this one a little bit. Just sprinkle a little bit on there. That and the blood is the main scent that they're attracted to. Put our lid on it. That's all it is, guys. That's good for one, maybe two casts.